It is match day live, and here is the official build up to the watch along of Manchester United versus Fulham here on the United Hotspot. What a day! It is always a pleasure to be here on match day to be able to enjoy big matches concerning Man United with you from wherever you are. Welcome aboard. I'm glad that you are joining us. Well, the lineups are out, and there it is, a big surprise there. Omar Forson is making his first start in a Premier League game for Manchester United, and he comes in directly to replace the injured Rasmus Højlund. Erik ten Hag has chosen to trust the youngster. Beautiful stuff. You want to see it? Well, we are going to talk about the lineup in just a bit, but where are you? Welcome aboard, guys. You need to give me your prediction. I should probably put the poll in place for you to be able to predict this game. Which team do you think is going to win and by how many goals? I hope most of you will be rooting for Man United to win this one. Question is, by how many goals? Let me just drop that for you. But it's an impressive day. We're going to go quickly into the lineup. It's just about 22 minutes to 42 minutes to kick off. Or is it 32 minutes? 32 minutes to, it's 42 minutes to kick off. Well, the game kicks off in 42 minutes, so those should be enough for us to preview it. What is your prediction after seeing the lineup? Prediction of Man United. Now, this is a poll I'm posting for you in real time so that we are able to discuss as I get to give you a proper build-up of what's happening with Manchester United. Yeah, so it's been a day of speculation. I think from yesterday when we learned that Rasmus Højlund was going to be out injured. We were speculating, is it going to be the favored Scott McTominay? Is it going to be Forson coming in to start? Is Amad Diallo going to get a rare start? What exactly is going to happen? Well, this is the time now for us to get proper into that game talk. It's an awesome day. Well, let's get proper into the lineups for you there. I think I've put the post in place for you to comment. Now, here is the confirmed starting 11 for Manchester United. There you go. In goal, of course, the usual suspect, Andre Onana, is starting again. He has started all Premier League games for Manchester United this season. Starts in goal. Erik ten Hag still trusts Victor Lindelof on the left, shirt number 2 there. Then in the central defense, it will be Rafael Varane together with Harry Maguire. On the right is Diogo Dalot. In the middle, Kobe Mainoo partnering Casemiro. Whereas, again, of course, as a number 10, Bruno Fernandes. Then up top is Omar Forson, who is going to be the man to watch. Then on the flanks, it will be Alejandro Garnacho on the right, whereas Marcus Rashford will be flying in from the left. Well, this looks a decent squad for me. I actually have a feeling it's going to be a good game for us. It's going to be tight but winnable. I think we extremely have got what it takes to win this one. Of course, the bench there has got, of course, Scott McTominay. It is a bit surprising that Scott is starting on the bench, knowing how Erik ten Hag loves to start him at every opportunity. Well, it's quite a bit surprising to see that he's on the bench. But our bench has got Sofiane Amrabat. Antony is right there. Altel Bayindil, the goalkeeper. Ewan Collier, Amad Diallo, Christian Eriksen, Johnny Evans, Willie Kambwala, and Scott McTominay. So Toby Collier is the one coming in, and he's a youngster born in 2004. We'll get to know more about him. He's one of the most, I think he was not expected by any of us. We don't know so much about him, but he makes the bench there. He's a 20-year-old kid coming in there to make the bench in a big Premier League game at Old Trafford. Beautiful, big atmosphere there at Old Trafford. This lineup, honestly, for me, when I look at it, I feel like it should be able to deal with this Fulham. I think it's strong enough. It looks decent, really. And this Forson, I think he looks a bit hungry. Whenever he has come on, I felt like he has given a bit of hope that he can score goals. So for me, I've got no disquiets about him. And of course, even if he's not able to score the goals, we've got our able deputy for everyone in Scott McTominay, who is always there to come in when he's called upon. So I have a feeling this is a decent squad, and you can give me your opinion after seeing this starting 11, what you think is going to happen. Now, let's look at the Fulham starting 11 because we are not playing alone, obviously. For Fulham, in goal, of course, is Bernd Leno, the former Arsenal goalkeeper. Then Robinson on the right, Basse in the central defense together with Adarabio. Then Castaigne, Reed in the middle with Lucic. Then Pereira as the number 10 playing behind Rodrigo. Rodrigo has scored, I think, 4 in the last 3. He's on form. He's the man to watch. Alex Iwobi and Wilson. Those are the guys we are looking at. Trust me, that attack, the 4 attackers of Fulham are quite a headache. They can be quite a menace. So that's why I think for me, Erik Ten Hag has got to do a lot in terms of balancing our midfield so that we don't expose ourselves. When you recall the last game we played, I think one of the weaker links for United was Alejandro Garnacho, who was a bit wasteful. We do hope he's not wasteful this time. We've got to be clinical because we are playing against a team that gave us a lot of headache in the first leg. This team gave us headache in the first leg. We beat them by a volley from Bruno Fernandes at the Turf Moor in the last minutes of the game. A 1-0 victory in, I think, the first minute of added time. So obviously, we know that in Fulham, we have an able opponent. Now, actually, Forson could be flying in from the left and Rashford starting as the false 9. Let me just see how Erik Ten Hag has assembled them. It could be that Forson is going to be starting on the left and this boy starting as a false 9. But either way, for me, I think they should be able to form a puzzle. They should be able to form a puzzle. But I think for me, it's a good opportunity for us to look at this youngster. And maybe most of you don't know so much about Omar Forson. I will give you a few details about him and what his claim to a start is. Who is he? So Omar Forson is English, first of all, whereas the name is too African, yes, but he's English. He was born in London. He's a London boy. He's aged only 19, born on the 20th of July in 2004. He's an attacking midfielder or a winger, so he's going to be playing as a winger. He's going to be on the left, and Marcus Rashford will be starting as the false 9. I'm hoping they can make the puzzle and keep, rotating around. He started in the West Ham United Academy, and that's where he started his youth career. Then, of course, he joins Tottenham Hotspur as a youngster, then goes on to Manchester United, which he joined in 2019, all the way to 2023. As the senior team, he has only played 1 game for Manchester United, no goal scored. He has played for the England under-20s, the under-15s, the under-16, and the under-19. So this is the boy we are going to be looking at today, making his first Premier League start. A big-time opportunity for him. Erik Ten Hag and Ineos know that the plan for us now is to focus on the youngsters and give them a chance to come out there and show what they can do. So an injury to a senior player, to an important player, is obviously the blessing that Forson has to show himself and what he can do. So that's it, guys. It's going to be, I think, a roller coaster of a ride, really. It's going to surely be a roller coaster of a ride for us, considering what we know about Fulham. But yeah, if we are to reflect on the last game we played, the hard-earned victory at Kenilworth Road, really, the few things we need to change. And I don't think there are so many. We need to be proactive. That's one. Erik Ten Hag keeps talking about how Ineos and him want to be proactive in how Manchester United plays. I don't think we've shown proactiveness to be able to come off the blocks and just go out there and have the confidence that we can beat this Fulham team, because I think we honestly do have the weapons able to beat them. So very important. That should be for us. The other thing, again, is I keep saying is the midfield balance. If we can have a proper balance in the middle, then we can probably have a proper chance of beating Fulham. The thing with Fulham is they're a bit disciplined. If I'm to look at their stats, and let me just go to the goals they have scored and conceded. If I'm to look at their stats, they concede, but they are lying 12th on the log with 29 points, but they have conceded 41 goals and scored 34. That's a goal difference of -7. So, but you see, there are teams that have conceded 50, 65 goals for Sheffield United. So, yeah, they can be stubborn. Like I told you, the return leg, they gave us a run for our money. So I think for us to be able to beat them at home, we've got to go at them and open them up. And in Bruno Forson, where we may not have a lot to say about him because we haven't seen a lot of him, but Rashford, who is playing out of position, plays where he hates to play. And Garnacho, I think we should be able to do enough for us to get this victory. We will miss Hoyland without a doubt because his size and his work rate really keeps defenses on their toes. Certainly, coming into this game, Fulham will feel a little relieved both in the back and up front because there's no Lisandro Martinez, there's no Luke Shaw on the left, then there's no Hoyland. So that's relief really for any team. So they will come with a bit of belief and confidence. In fact, if anything, I think Fulham are going to come to play for a victory. They won't be playing for a draw in this one. Brian or Willie, good evening, brother. Let's see him today. Well, let's get a chance to see Forson. For me, honestly, I'm for youngsters being given the opportunity all day, every day. And whereas I would have loved to see Amad Diallo start, well, I cannot complain about Forson because I haven't really seen enough of him. The few minutes I've seen him come off the bench, he has shown a bit of hunger and work rate that I think is admirable. And so this for me is a big time opportunity for him. Mark Toom, I hope one day Scott McSauce will be tried as a number 9 web. Trust me, he knows how to position himself. Yeah, honestly, I think this would have been his big time opportunity. But, well, perhaps Eric Ten Hag wants to mold him as an impact player because impact players are important. Maybe Eric Ten Hag wants to keep him that because when you start starting him, then probably that keep bringing him off the bench. And if he's good, if he's doing well, then yeah, that's okay. But let him just try to be used to him being a bench player, a substitute. For me, it's okay. So for me, again, I will never be for Scott McTominay starting in Manchester United. By the time we get back to the level where Scott McTominay is starting, for me that wouldn't be progress because yes, whereas he's a work hardy, he scores goals, he can never do these things as a starter. That's the reality. There are players who are better, who are technical. I think when Coach Scott McTominay retires, perhaps he will be a coach. I think he shows signs that he can probably be a manager because he's technical. He sits on the bench and studies the game, sees the weaknesses of the opponent, goes out there and punish them when he's introduced. So for me, let him be molded into that player. He can start in Carabao Cup games or when you have so many injuries, but for these serious games, Champions League and Premier League, I think we should mold him as one who comes off the bench. The question, of course, will then remain: when will Amad Diallo get his opportunity? But let's wait. Let's wait and see what Forson does. If Forson is too bad, then we shall start questioning again why Eric Ten Hag doesn't want to give Diallo the opportunity. And people have been asking a lot about Diallo and hoping that this could be his time. But let's see. Let's not, because even Forson is our player, and as much as Amad Diallo deserves a chance, Forson too deserves his chance. So let's see what he does because the opportunity has been given to him. For us, at least it's not Anthony starting at least. And we know that Eric Ten Hag has been backing him and stuff, but at least it's not him starting. For me, that's fair enough. I can deal with that for now as I wait to see if something better could come. 75,000 seater Old Trafford. We'll be hoping now for a more calm victory. I think the thing is the games we've played at OT have not really been as convincing themselves, have not been as, I mean, at home you want to play with less pressure. For me, these are things I would want to see. This is the first game with Sir Jim Ratcliffe officially in charge of football operations at Man United. It's home. It's a proper site. Everything around the game, really. You're expecting fans to be excited and enthusiastic about the game. You expect Old Trafford to be filled to the brim. So I honestly, in all fairness, I think we deserve to have a proper good game from these lads. I think we deserve a proper good game for everything that surrounds the club, for the progress that we seem to be realizing. Eric Ten Hag keeps talking about how he thinks the team is progressing, which we agree to. But in terms of how we play, home or away from home, even if we are winning games, the way we play is still questionable. So for me, this is a big time opportunity, a proper test. Fulham is a respectable opponent. It's a proper test for us as we go into this rebuilding process. And how good we play in this game will, I think, give Sir Jim and his Ineos team again a proper idea of how much work they have got on their hands in terms of reorganizing this team, really. So I think it's a very good opportunity for us to make a statement because to show that we are getting there, that we are progressing as Eric Ten Hag wants everyone to believe. So a big game there. But like he has been saying, every game is a final for Man United. If I'm to remind you of the log and how it stands now, and why we cannot afford not to win this game. Uh, Liverpool are topping with 60 points. Man City second, 4 points shy. But Man City have got a game in hand. Then Arsenal, who have a game yet to be played, they have got 55 points. Then Aston Villa, now these are the teams that could be reasonably in our conversation. Aston Villa has got 49 points, they are fourth. Tottenham has got 47, they are fifth. Man United follows with 44. So win this game, we get to 47. And of course, we will be hoping then that Aston Villa and Tottenham perhaps drop points. But yes, still Villa would be ahead of us. If Spurs didn't win and we won, then we would be of course a point shy of them. But if they were beaten, then we would be a level on points. Certainly, they would have a better goal difference than us. So they will certainly have it, because I don't think we can win a game by 13 goals to nothing. We have a goal difference of positive one, by the way. So someone was saying that we should give credit to Hoyland for at least paying off our goal debt. But we didn't have any debt anyway. We are even when it comes to goals. But so far we've scored 35 and conceded 34. Not good, but at least it's a positive goal difference. I think it's a decent enough start. Now for Fulham, if they win, I hate to say it, but this is United, guys. So if they win, they will be moving to 30, 32 points. They will still remain 12, depending on how Bournemouth performs. But okay, if they win, they will still remain 12, even if Bournemouth wins anyway. So a win will just keep them in the same position. So, but they still want it, because they know that mathematically Fulham can still, by the way, be somewhere among the decently in the top half of the log, because yes, 12th is top half, is near top half, but they can push and finish seventh. They can still push and finish seventh or even eighth. So yeah, Fulham has got everything to fight for in this one. So it's going to be, I think, a game of intensity. If you look at the head-to-head and how Fulham has been performing in their last games, they were beaten at home by Aston Villa by 2-1. They beat Bournemouth by 3-1. They drew 2-2 away to Burnley. They drew goalless at home against Everton, and they lost 2-0 to Newcastle. So those are their last games. The Newcastle game was the FA Cup, but those are the last 4 Premier League games. They have won 1 in the last 4. So their form isn't the best, but they have got that boy I told you about, Muniz, who is one to watch. I think he's one to watch. Rodrigo Muniz, or Muniz, if that's the better pronunciation. He has scored 4 times in the last 3 games. So that's the guy to watch for me. And yeah, he will be leading from the top. Then Pereira. Then we are balanced. Then we won't see Harry Maguire panicking into errors, into unnecessary mistakes. You remember the last game against Luton, one of the issues we got, and why Erik ten Hag was forced into funny substitutions in the first half, was because Casemiro and Harry Maguire were panicking. They were beaten for pace, and they were almost going to get a red card. One of them was just one mistake away from a red card, because they were both on yellow cards. So Ten Hag does the smart thing, and by the way, I want to give him credit for his tactical genius, because the way he managed the second half really was not predictable. We would think it would have been a bit different, but so the reality is we definitely need to see in the midfield if you are going to have a solid defense. So yeah, but I mean, if the midfield for me is sorted and balanced, then I've got no doubt that we can come out there and get a good result in this one. It's 23 minutes away. We are 23 minutes away to kick off, and Kayondo Rashid, but Ahmad was the best option. Yeah, I would have thought so. But I'm honestly beginning to think that probably Ahmad is being disciplined for something we don't know. Because the reality is Ahmad has good trainings. Ahmad trains so well. It can't be that he doesn't put in the right shift during training. I think maybe it's a thing of discipline. Maybe something wrong with it. Maybe Farley said something bad or showed the wrong attitude or character, or maybe his agent said something wrong. I think the reason Ahmad is not getting game time is a disciplinary reason, not a footballing reason. Because really, Ahmad plays as a winger, just like Forson. Eric Ten Hag cannot convince us unless we see it that Forson is ahead of Ahmad Diallo in the pecking order. It's hard for us to be convinced by that. I think there is something we don't know yet, and maybe it's a matter of time when we will know what exactly is the issue with Ahmad. Probably in the summer, we should be able to know whether it's issues between him and the manager, or it's his own issues that are costing him game time. But at least another youngster, Forson, has been given an opportunity, which we believe he has earned by the time Eric Ten Hag plays him ahead of his favoured Anthony, ahead of Scott McTominay, because Ten Hag could have easily uh, uh, he could have easily switched and played Bruno wide and had his Scott McTominay on. But by the time he trusts the ball, probably there's something in him we need to see. And he has kept talking about how brilliant we've got, how good most of the youngsters we have are. And for me, it's good that he keeps saying that. Now it's the time for us to see it, because the opportunities for them are now coming. He has been asked about that boy who was on the bench, Toby Collier, being on the bench. He showed good things. He showed potential. We have injury problems, so it's an opportunity for him, and he has to be ready, because if you are on the bench, it's to be able to enter. So Collier, watch out the number 65 on our bench. Eric Ten Hag talking about his attack. They have to occupy space, but they can change positions. Exactly. That's exactly what I've been hoping for. They know where they have to play, but we will be fluid. We will be unpredictable at times. They are dynamic. That's exactly there. They like to take up space. They can be a threat. I like that. Now, for me, this is exactly what I was hoping for. That let us have a dynamic attack, not a static one. Let us have guys who are able to keep rotating. So let us have Garnacho rotate into a false nine. Bruno goes Marcus Rashford goes to the right. Forson, stays. Then one switches. Forson goes to the right. Then Rashford goes to the left, like that. Let them create a puzzle, a dynamic puzzle. That for me will make it difficult for Fulham to cope. And if they are as dynamic as they can be, then Fulham will not know who is going to punish them. That's the bit about a false nine. That's the bit about a false nine. If they are very dynamic and they know when to pick their rotations and they coordinate well, I think they can be a proper headache. Eric Ten Hag also has spoken about why Omar Forson starts, because he deserves the position. Lately, he's performing very well. Over the last half year, he's worked very hard, showed his progression, and when he came on against Wolves and Newport, he had some impact. Yes, that I agree. That's what I've been saying. I like his work rate. Marcus Rashford, usually when our fans' energy is high, we have good performances on the pitch. So hopefully that can happen today. But it's up to us to bring the performance levels and show the fans. Yeah, okay, that's Marcus Rashford. I think that's Rashford talking. I think we've got a squad full of different qualities, and today is the day where we have to utilize that and show different strength on the pitch. It's a shame for us. That's Højlund. He's been in top form, and hopefully he isn't out for too long and can get back to it soon. This Rashford for you. I think without Højlund, and I think we've got the players who can score the goals. If Greenwood is not rather if Greenwood, I'm missing Greenwood. If Garnacho is not wasteful like he was against Luton, if Rashford puts his head down and has the right finishing instead of just wasting balls and shooting them in air, in space, I believe we can come out there and put in a good shift. I think we've got the players who can score. Bruno himself, at times he has got good opportunities, but the way he shoots is a bit wayward. He's lazy and lax in how he does it. So for me, it's a thing of players coming to the party. I think if players psych themselves up and they're in the right mood, I think they should be able to win. I see Sir Jim Ratcliffe is there in attendance. Probably they will look into the director's box and see that there is a boss, and the new boss is there and watching, so they'll have to put in their best shift. Marcus Rashford, it's definitely been more positive. I think for us, it's just about keeping the momentum, and today is another opportunity to do that. It's good to be back at home. We haven't been at home for a while, so hopefully we can get the 3 points and a good performance. Well, hopefully that's what we are all hoping for. But yeah, so it's a good thing. It's a I think it's a decent squad. I'm seeing we have uh, in the starting squad we have let me see, one, two, three, four academy boys. Of course, that includes Marcus Rashford. So we have four academy boys, and we know that there is Ahmad on the bench and more who are yet to come. Then the Collier boy. So our academy is probably doing well, and it's a good thing for us to see as we go into this phase, because then it gives us a solid foundation to start on, to build on. Uh, I've asked for your prediction so far, and 88% are saying we win by 2 goals to nothing, and 13% are saying other. 13% are saying other. No one thinks we are going to win by a goal to nil. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm looking at highlights here of our game against Everton, and yeah, Kobe Main and how he picks up the ball from the middle and then initiates our attack. Beautiful stuff here. But guys, let's give credit to one guy. This Andrew Onana guy, I think, has got good ball distribution. I think Onana's best improvement now, besides the saves that have clearly been better, I think he has also improved in his ball distribution. You look at the passes he makes, and you can recall, I think, all the past games we've played, and you can see how many impactful passes he's made. And perhaps gives us a good reflection of why he's so important for how Erik ten Hag wants to play. He's really a good passer of the ball, and he distributes it quite well, which we would love to see. The thing for me is the disorganization in our midfield, how players are all over the place. And I'm watching a bit of highlights from the Luton game, and how Kobe Maino, who was one of our better players, was all over the place. And I'm thinking if this can be changed a bit, because the way Erik ten Hag wants to play, the pressing, where guys close to the ball are the ones who come and press you, whether you're a striker, a midfielder, or a defender, you come and press. So as long as you lose the ball and you are among the three guys close to the opposing player with the ball, I don't quite like the way it looks, but maybe with time we'll get used to it. And of course, I'm now a replay of the Kobe Maino goal against Wolves and how Maino has been important. People, I think, have not yet seen how important Kobe Maino is to our play. In the way we play, I think the goalkeeper and the number 6 are the two most important players in the formation that Erik ten Hag wants to play. The goalkeeper and the number 6, it's around them that everything rotates. So if Kobe Maino was playing so good and Onana was a bit whack, if Onana steps up his game, and of course Kobe Maino is Kobe, it's always going to be a good game for Man United, because in the Erik ten Hag way of playing, the proactive way, remember it is the number 6, in this case Kobe, who dictates when you switch and start the attack and stuff like that. So it's very important for you to have an able number 6 and a proper ball playing goalkeeper. But the thing is, Onana struggled at the start, but I think he's beginning to pick it up. So yeah, it's a good thing to see. Looking at pictures of players here arriving and the body language and stuff. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes as well, guys, as we do count down the upcoming 14 minutes to kick off. Bruno Fernandes has not been playing well in the last games, and actually many people feel that when we get Mason Mount back, probably Bruno has got to be rested. I'm one of those who has said it for the longest time that Bruno needed a rest long time ago. He needed to be able to rest a bit. Not that because he was bad, but just to rest him. Whereas his captain, with the way we've been disorganized and playing, he has been doing a lot of the hard work. And I've thought so for a long time. But my thinking now is that since the team has improved, if he can now play a more disciplined role, a more defined role, probably he can pick himself up without necessarily having to rest. He can really start getting into the right frame, because if United is playing without an on-form Bruno, we always look like we are struggling to win games. And maybe partly why we look like our games don't look convincing now is because Bruno is not switched on. He's not playing right. So I feel like again in this game for me, the one other player I'm going to be watching a lot is Bruno and how he comes to the party, because we don't want to assume that our ship is improving when our captain is sinking. So definitely at one point he will sink with us. So for me, Bruno is a person to watch, is a player to look at and see how exactly he improves this game. Otherwise, with Mason Mount first returning to fitness, probably we could start having a conversation now, and instead of calling for Amad Diallo to be starting games, we might start calling for Mason Mount to be starting ahead of Bruno. Because the reality is Bruno, count the last 5, 6 games, he hasn't been that impressive. Even against Tottenham, the first game of this year in the Premier League, I thought he was running around, but he was not as convincing for me. I I never felt for one moment that I was watching the Bruno that I know we signed, the Bruno, the creative Bruno. But again, that was because he was running more than everyone, fighting more than everyone. So yeah, maybe that's the reason. The Fulham way of playing, and again, the midfield will have a lot of work to do in this one, but also this Diogo Dallo and the Lindelof, the guys on the wing should be disciplined, because this Muniz, if the moment he keeps getting service, he will punish us, and their service usually comes in from the flanks, from Wilson and Iwobi from the other side on the right. So I think we need to limit the service that they get from the wide players. That means Diogo Dallo might be kept in his right back, and Lindelof, of course, obviously won't be expected to overlap that much. But I think we've got to play Fulham with a bit more discipline. I expect United to be more disciplined than we were against Luton. We are not as disciplined, if you ask me, against Luton. In fact, our only survival in that game was the fact that Luton were not as clinical. But you cannot expect the same of Fulham, a team coached by Marco Silva. I think expect them to be more clinical. Give them chances, and trust me, they will bury 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 2. So I think it's supposed to be a more disciplined performance from us, and that's the only way we are going to hope that we tame them, given the fact that we are not really there yet in terms of confidence, in terms of how calm we play, how composed we play. So for me, it's a bit important. Then the other thing I think I need to highlight is the issue of the issue of Marcus Rashford. We know that he's not going to be starting on his favored left, and he's going to be starting up top. And but obviously, like Eric Ten Hag said, these guys are going to be dynamic. So we expect maybe to see everyone be in that false nine position at some point, especially of the forwards. But for Rashford, for me, I feel like you never know which Rashford you're going to get, and that has been an issue. He's not consistent. Rashford has, in certain games, shown that he can be one of the best finishers in the world. In some games, he has proven to be one of the worst finishers you can ever see in football. Now, you can't know which Rashford you're going to see. Now, we are at home against Fulham, and I remember against Tottenham, he was one of our best players, if not the best player on that day. He was so switched on, he was generous, he was passing balls. Some of the games that followed after that, he was terrible. Then comes back from his Belfast bender, and he puts in such a good shift. So the thing for me with Rashford is the lack of consistency. And that's a huge problem, because if you're going to be a star player like many want to believe he is, except me, I think you've got to have a certain level of consistency, and that is one that has really eluded him. So, and even the game against Luton, I thought he was not really as switched on as we know he can be. So you wonder now which Rashford are we going to see in this one? So it's a big issue with him. And as we head into the summer, we know that we need Rashford to be playing his best game for us to be able to sell him at a reasonable fee. So he's a confusing fixture, to be honest. He's one of our confusing fixtures, and for me that's why I don't want to bank so much on him, because of his lack of consistency. You can see that Garnacho, I think, even when he doesn't score, even when he wastes chances, he puts himself in good positions almost consistently. For Rashford, when he's off, he's terribly off, and he's only kept on the pitch because of perhaps his profile and the fact that the manager perhaps is forced to play him because he was a Glazer's project. but Rashford has struggled for me to look like he's a serious ready player for Manchester United, and you don't want to see it. It's a bit painful. So we are hoping that by the fact that we are back home for the first time after a while, like he said himself, that we might see the right Rashford. And if it is the right Rashford, or is it going to be a threat? Because I'm looking at now players without Hoyland. Which players do you look at and say this is where our goals are coming from? Rashford should be number one, top of the list. But you say I cannot authoritatively come out and say that now because of what I know, the kind of player he is and his lack of consistency. So that's a bit of an issue for me, and it's a bit important to see. Uh, for Nana, yes, like I said, Onana is improving every game. I have no issues. The central defense, then the whole team as a unit, are we looking like we play better? One game we look like we play better with patterns. The other then another game we look completely off. Same game we can have a bit of moments, then they won't last. So the cohesion, the unit, the build-ups, the patterns are still a struggle for me. You struggle to see them. Are we expecting to see those? It goes back to the work they've been putting in throughout the week. And Eric Ten Hag knows that that's important because Sir Jim made it clear he wants United to have an identity and play a certain way. So Ten Hag wants to perhaps try and show us what identity he has crafted for the team. But yeah, big scrutiny coming up shortly. It's about 5 minutes to the game. Nelson Owusu, greetings, sir. Greetings, Nelson. Yeah, it's just a few minutes to kick off. Of course, several games are going to be taking place. Aston Villa taking on Nottingham Forest, Birmingham, Brighton and Hove Albion taking on Everton, Crystal Palace up against Burnley, Man United, Fulham, Bournemouth against Manchester City, and Arsenal versus Newcastle. Those are the games today. Well, Arsenal Newcastle is the late kickoff. What a fixture that is going to be as well. Should be a hot one. That I don't know. I think we should let Arsenal be. I think we are not in their league yet. It's painful for me to say that I would wish Arsenal to win that one because Newcastle can become a pain in our asses if it keeps winning games and chasing us like that. So I'm hoping that Arsenal do continue their good run in the Premier League and beat Newcastle because we are not chasing Arsenal honestly, but Newcastle is chasing us. So yeah, it's about the time. Teams are about to march on. Guys, let me know where you're watching from. Where are you catching the game from? Just drop me in the comment section your location. Where are you? Which country are you in? Are you home? Are you in a public space? Where are you? I'm watching it as you can see by myself here. But where are you catching this game from? Because football is interesting if you watch it with people. So it's the tunnel, and of course that signature tune is about to play. That song that was that was chosen by Gary Neville when he was captain of Manchester United. He chose the song that is played when teams are marching out from at Old Trafford for home games. It's about to play, and I see, of course, the captain leading Bruno Fernandes, Andre Onana following behind, Casemiro, Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, Kobe Maino. Where is my badge? Where is my badge? Where is my Kobe badge? I feel like Kobe Maino is going to score in this game. I feel like Bruno might score. I feel like Garnacho might score. I predicted 3-1 for United. It could be more than that. And there you go. Old Trafford is filled to the rafters. 75,000 or so people. And of course, a close shot of the debutant Omar Forson. Looking confident, chewing his gum. Marcus Rashford always loves to come last, walk on last. But the attention is on Forson and his fellow academy graduate, Kobe Maino. And there we go, our new roses attire for the guard of for the anthems, anthem kit, I would call it. But this Fulham team has got some boys in there. There you go. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Just a quick reminder of the home team, Man United. Shirt number 24, Andre Onana, making another start, has started all Premier League games for Man United. The only player to do so, probably. Diogo Dalot on the right, Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire in central defense. Victor Lindelof is back to man the left flank in the absence of Luke Shaw. In the middle is Kobe Maino playing alongside Casemiro. Then the free forward line of Alejandro Garnacho, Bruno in the number 10, Omar Forson starting from the left, and up front in the false 9 position should be Marcus Rashford, who will be trying to hunt for the goals. But as the manager said, the attackers are going to be dynamic. Our substitutes, we've got Altel Baindil, Sofian Amrabat, Christian Eriksen, Ahmad Diallo, Anthony, Johnny Evans, Scott McTominay, Willie Kambwala, and Toby Collier joins them. Then Marco Silva has assembled the same formation, 4-2-3-1, Bandeno in between the sticks. Then we've got a back four of Castaigne, Adarabio, Basse, and Robinson. Then Lukic and Reed. Then we've got Wilson, Pereira, and Alex Iwobi. Whereas up top is Muniz, who has scored 4 goals in the last 3 games for Fulham. He's a man on form and one that our defenders should be able to watch closely. On the bench, Marek Radak, Kenny Tete, Armando Broya, Tom Canny, Adama Traore, and co. There you go, guys. It's exactly 6 p.m. Kickoff time. Shirt number 62, Omari Forson. Nelson Owusu saying he's watching from Manchester. Yes, Nelson, beautiful. How is it? How is the winter there? Rasmus Højlund seated next to Tom Heaton and Mason Mount. They're having a chat there as Mount sort of embraces him. Fulham, the visitors, will have the last kick. The first kick, rather. And there you go. We are underway at Old Trafford. There we go. Well, throw in for Man United. Remember, in the last game we played, we scored inside 40 seconds. I think the 37th second is when Højlund got us off the mark, drew purple patch. Quick foul there. On, was it Forson or Kobe? I think it was on Kobe Maino. Harry Maguire is playing on the left-hand side of the central defense. Victor Lindelof. There you go. Kobe was too comfortable there. Drops the ball in an unusual way. By his standards, I think he thought he was alone on the pitch for a second there. Sunny today, but really cold in Manchester. Oh, sunny, at least it's sunny. Fair enough. Rashford pressing. Burnley not. There you go. Alex Iwobi crossing, cleared, header away by Casemiro. Yeah, Fulham have enjoyed the first 2 minutes a little bit. a little bit. Let's see for how long they will do. Ball well headed away by Harry Maguire. Fulham is enjoying the possession. Iwobi again, looking for options. Comes into Pereira. Hey, shot, first attempt on goal, and it's catching practice for Andre Onana. We've got a higher win probability than Fulham. They've got 22%, we've got 50%, 28% for a draw, according to the bookmakers. But bookmakers don't matter lately. It's what we do on the pitch. Varane. Kobe finds Forson. Sends it back to Varane. Beautiful pass there from Forson to Kobe. Kobe picked up Dallo, but he was a bit fast. I think he was running too fast and he couldn't control the ball. But that was some decent ball distribution there from United. Throw in for Fulham. Yeah, there you go. Fulham are slightly still dominating the possession. A long pass there from to Iwobi. Onana comes out, picks it from the far right, kicks it far away. Well, confident play there from Andre Onana. Fulham are still enjoying a little bit of the first 5 minutes. They are enjoying, I think, a little bit more of the possession, but nothing threatening from them as yet. They are playing mostly in their half. We're only trying to press them from there, force them into errors. Oh, poor pass from Fulham. Good steal, but how Victor Lindelof being flat-footed. West sit there. Nice here. Forson, left-footed. Forson is a bit similar to Amad Diallo in terms of how they play, I think. Oh, beautiful there from Rashford. Kobe Maino. Nice. Switching up the play. Maguire sends it back to Andre Onana. Scanning for options. Nice. We look more calm, honestly. We look more calm. We look more calm than we were against Luton. Oh, what is this? Rafael Varane steps on a snake. That's what we used to call it. Eric Ten Hag doesn't get it. How does a World Cup winner, multiple Champions League winner, fail to control a simple ball like that? Well, maybe the legs are freezing. It's winter, remember. Iwobi. He was abused a lot by Nigerians after the Africa Cup of Nations. They thought he was a bit lazy. Rashford drops back. He's fouled. Ten Hag having an exchange there with Diogo Dallo. You wonder what they are talking about. Passing him instructions. "92% of you think we shall win by 2-0. Sir Dave Brailsford is there. Garnacho, what was he doing? Leaves the ball behind. Good enough, it's his teammate there. Oh, wasted ball from Casemiro. Throw in, given away. Dave Brailsford is not moved. He is not moved at all by what he just saw. There are no clear-cut chances produced yet. I like games that we start like this, honestly. We don't try to get off the blocks as Fulham tries to push. Beautiful tackle there from Alejandro Garnacho. Forces a corner. But I like it when we start like this. We don't try to get off the blocks early. We grow into the game. I think this team is more comfortable playing games that way. We are more comfortable playing games that way than we be when we try to finish off games so early. We struggle, but when we grow into the game, usually okay, corner taken, first corner of the game there, well headed away. You see a bit of pressure for him. Oh, football, throw in, rather goal kick. Goal kick there. Andre Pereira was trying to sneak a ball in there, but I think he put too much power to it. That could have been an offside as well. That was a lazy ball from Andre Onana to Kobe. Kobe had almost lost his balance. Risky ball, risky play there from Onana. Beautiful pass from Onana to Bruno. Decent ball control, but the last pass didn't look good. Fulham must be happy about their time on the ball so far. And they take it wide. Oh, but we are allowing them to enjoy possession even in our half now. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Oh, what's that? Forson just hits Kobe. Fulham coming at us now. Easy there from Andre Onana. Red was trying to cook, but Andre Onana was watching, and he made sure he gets rid of the danger. Nice play there from Forson. Nice stuff from Forson there. Oh, Forson has got to improve his passing, but some decent movements he makes. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. This was very dangerous. That was close from Iwobi. They were almost getting us on a counter. That was a lot of space we left. That's the thing. That was a lot of space that was left. There we go. Maguire, long king. Together with Rafael Varane, they are our tallest and biggest guys. There they go. Immediately. Listen to my call. Oh, that was close. All Varane needed to do was just get a touch on that ball, but I think he jumped a little too early. Offside. Yeah, correct call. I think Muniz has been tamed a bit. He has seen a little of the ball so far. Oh, that's a bad foul from Maguire. Clears. It's a corner. Let's see. Corner kick. Second corner of the game for Fulham. 2-1 so far. Back home for Fulham. They are restarting it. Boring game a bit, I think, but it's okay. Boring games are more comfortable for Man United lately. But that's a beautiful through ball from Fulham. Alex Iwobi. Oh, that was close. That was close. We are giving them spaces to exploit. We are allowing them spaces to exploit. Alex Iwobi, beautiful run there. Kobe was completely beaten. Square pass. Kobe was beaten there. If Iwobi was a little more patient and clinical, I think Onana would have no chance. Onana would have no chance. That was, I think, the closest chance of the game so far. Garnacho. Attempts. We've not made a single attempt. Fulham has made 3. Kobe enjoys collecting people. United is still trying to press. Bruno out wide. What does it do? Patient. Lindelof finds. What's that? From Lindelof. Dalot is still coming in to add to the midfield. He's being inverted. Long, beautiful pass there. Oh, corner. That was a good ball from Maguire. Try and pick up Bruno. Beautiful play there from Harry Maguire. Nice defending from Tosin. Excuse me. Whoa! Bruno wanted to go for goal directly. Counter attack for Fulham. Alex Iwobi leaves the ball behind. More of it. That was a serious counter attack. Hadn't Iwobi been slowed down by the ball being played behind him, would have been in danger. It's the third corner of the game for Fulham. Fulham has had more chances. Whoa! That was close. That was close. Andre Onana. Well done, Andre. Well done, Andre. Was it Andre or Diogo who cleared it? That was a powerful header. Oh, it was Andre Onana had a small touch on it. That was close. That was so close. Great save from Andre Onana. Again, we need to organize ourselves. Fulham is having the better chances. He doesn't look good yet. 21 minutes. Still no attempt from Man United. We look blunt. Fulham. Pereira. Pass there. Andre Onana. I think we need now to switch it up a bit. I think we need to step it up a bit. The people watching are as bored as you are. Those watching from the bench. At Old Trafford are as bored as you are. We are all watching the same game. It's probably more boring in the arena. Nice turn from Dalo. Rain. 23 minutes played. It's like we're playing for a draw. Oh, that was a decent pass, but well watched and dealt with by Fulham. Nice ball. Offside. Wow. 24 minutes. Played so far. There is a yellow card here. I think it's for tossing. Free kick. It's not the most dangerous of areas, but we can do something with it. Oh, that was close from Garnacho. Oh, wow. That was a decent effort from Garnacho. Our first attempt of the game. Wow. That was our closest chance. That was a decent effort from Garnacho. He wanted to put it up far wide, but Robinson was there to head it away. Oh, what's that from Dalo? That was I think a poor clearance from Diogo Dalo. That was so risky from Diogo Dalo. Another corner for Fulham. Wow. See, so many corners show that the team is all over you. Another one. They are winning headers. Money is one set. We honestly need to keep him out of the game as much as we can. Fulham have enjoyed 28 minutes of the first stanza. Still boring, goalless. There you go. Our opportunity. Wow, that was a squeezed pass. I would be surprised if it beats those two men. Fulham again. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Another shot of Hoyland. Also bored. He's yawning on the bench. So don't think you're alone. Oh, decent effort from Diogo Dallo. That was close. That was close. Beautiful shot. Good shot from Diogo Dallo. Garnacho. Kobe. Uh, was it deflected? That was too wide for to be Kobe. Must have been deflected. Oh no. No, no. He was trying to go wide, but I think he overdid it. Another Fulham is coming. Pereira. Kobe Maina is grabbing him. Alex Iwobi. Yeah, that was a bold pass. That was some poor defending there. Moniz, you don't give him that kind of space. But that pass from Iwobi, did he hit the woodwork? Wow, that was close. Hits the woodwork. Poor pass. United has no game plan. We have no game plan. We're just playing. Oh, that was close. Bruno, that was close. Ten Hag not quite getting it. Doesn't look good at all, honestly. First 30 minutes have not looked good at all for us. Nice. Lukic is down. First 35 minutes not looking good at all for Man United. Okay. He didn't touch it. Onana didn't touch it. Forson is already asking for water. "37 minutes played so far. Boring first half. Very boring. Good turn there. Very good turn. Rashford. That was a good turn from. Was that Kobe or Forson? Oh, Casemiro loses. I hope he doesn't foul someone. Good save. Well done, Andre Onana. Well done, Andre. Well done, Andre. But Casemiro had given a one easy ball. That was a good ball, decent ball from Pereira. Corner headed away. Iwobi swings it in. Catching practice again for Andrew Onana. Onana is doing well so far. He's alert. Lindelof finds Garnacho. Swings it to no one. Casemiro was one to take it on a first time volley. 40 minutes played, still goalless. The fans must be dozing. I saw Hoyland yawning on the bench. Boring first half. Can we get to see something interesting? Dalo. Garnacho. Okay. Decent effort. Van Leen forces it out to a corner. That was a good cut in from Garnacho. Garnacho enjoys coming from the left, and you can see what he does from there. That was a good one. That was a good take, really. Nice stuff. Nice fit there from Garnacho. Nice fit. He loses it. Foul. Foul by Iwobi. Yellow card to Alex Iwobi. No. It was a bit soft, but I will take it. Soft, but we will take it. It was Pereira. Bruno takes. Garnacho. Forson blocked. Nice stuff there. Garnacho. Garnacho looks like he's in the mood today. Forces a corner. He enjoys himself when he's flying from the left. That's where he loves to play from. And you can see the impact he makes. He will force them into an error if he keeps getting the ball. Whenever he drifts to the left, he looks more dangerous. It's a corner, of course. Bruno takes. And that's it. Desperate effort. Onana at the center line. Good ball to Bruno. Nice control. What does it do with it? Garnacho. Bruno swings it in to Forson. Cleared. Crossing. Headed away. Pressure still on. Garnacho is everywhere. Everywhere you see shirt 17 and tinted head. Nice fit there from beautiful fit there from Diogo Dalot Garnacho. No, 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 no. This was the better option. Wrong decision. Wrong decision from Garnacho. Wrong decision from Garnacho. That was the wrong decision from Garnacho. Two minutes of added time. Yellow card. Well, that should be the last kick of the first half. Let's see what we do with it. Yellow card to Wilson. What do we do with our last kick of the first half? Ooh, this must be done. Half time. Boring, goalless first half. Very few moments, if any, to reflect on and talk about. Fulham, I think, had the better opportunities. Andre Onana kept us in the game for a few moments. Nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. Let me know what you think. What changes do you expect to be made? I expect to see Scott McTominay, obviously, will come on at some point in the second half. I think we need to switch the gear a bit. I think we need to switch the gear a bit. Not so many options for Eric Ten Hag, really. Maybe I don't know how Christian Eriksen looks lately. Maybe we can need a little bit of his creativity and sharpness again, maybe. But there is not so much you can say. The game looks it was a very disciplined performance from United. Very disciplined performance, and too much discipline at time will give you nothing. Too much discipline. Well, what changes? Scott McTominay will definitely come on. He's our super sub. Well, I'm tired of singing Amad Diallo. Whereas Forson has had a decent, you know, game, a decent touches on the ball. I feel like Diallo can do better. Honestly, I feel like Amad Diallo can do better. But clearly, Eric Ten Hag does not fancy him. Where are the two goals that most people are predicting going to come from? That would be the question. I think really it's been a slow, boring first First half, I was almost beginning to doze at some point. Really, nothing exciting at all. I think we need to step up the gear. I think we can't we just played disciplined. I think it's high time we stepped it up a bit. It's high time we stepped it up a bit. Take a few more risks. Take a few risks. Otherwise, we can't play such a boring game at home. The fans should be bored, honestly. We need to take a few more risks. Oh, goodness. Rafael Varane. Rafael Varane is aging, clearly showing us that his time at United is done. I think Varane's form, and I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if Varane is put off for Johnny Evans. He's too slow for my liking. Alejandro Garnacho is a threat, but he makes all the wrong decisions. Poor decisions by Garnacho. But again, we know that he's one of those kids that Erik ten Hag won't touch. As if it is contractual, he has to play full 90 minutes. Difficult game, this. Man United, when shall we win? Which games shall we win with ease? Which games shall we ever win with ease? That's the question. Possession is 50-50. Okay. Completed passes 227 to 217. Pass accuracy 91%, 89. 13 touches in opposition box against 11. 8 shots to 8. Well, we've seen the stats, but we've also seen the boring display. So for me, no. Fulham still had the better moments. There's one from Alex Iwobi. Some poor defending there, I think. We allowed him to make a free run. Again, allow him another free run from the middle. Third chance there for Fulham. Again, Iwobi setting up another chance for Fulham. Saved by the woodwork. Those are 4. There was another one that Andrew Nana was forced into a dive. There you go. 5 chances for Fulham. Fulham had 5 chances. Man United, we had one. That is one scrappy one from Garnacho. Two. Three from Diogo Dalot. Distant shots. We probably had only two chances to reflect on. What a poor display this was. Maguire is on a yellow card. He's running to the middle and folding people. Maguire is panicking. Wow. Man U. This is so discouraging, a performance. So discouraging. But was that a necessary tackle from Maguire? Wow. Discouraging performance from Manchester United. Guys, I'm as bored as you are. We all are, honestly. Let's see how the other games are. Aston Villa leading Nottingham Forest 3-1. The rest of the games are goalless. Burnley has got a red card against Crystal Palace. Okay, Aston Villa is leading. That's not good news for us, considering how bad we are performing. Hmm. Aston Villa goes by the first one by Ollie Watkins. Douglas Lewis with a brace. The rest of the games are goalless. Wow. Well, back to our game. What changes should we make? Scott McTominay should come on for maybe for Forson. Scott for Omari Forson, maybe. Forson is not giving us that much of a threat, really. I don't see what difference he's making. That's the one obvious substitution. And perhaps Evans should be coming on for either Varane or Maguire, who is on a yellow. But Varane has been too slow. Varane isn't looking good at all. Is Evans on the bench anyway? Let me try to recall. I might be calling for Evans, yet he's not even on the bench, is he? Is Evans even on the bench? I might be calling for him. I don't remember. Is he on the bench? Boring game. Boring game. You struggle to find what's there to reflect on that performance, really. You struggle to find anything to reflect on. And you look at the bench, yes, Scott McTominay can come on, but you wonder then, and he does what? And he does what? Let's first be patient with them a bit, maybe, and see what happens in the first few minutes of the second half. If we are not in full control by the second half, if we are not more taking more initiative, if we are not putting together proper passes and the proper game plan. But the reality is, I feel like Eric Ten Hag is giving us false hope. I honestly feel like Ten Hag is giving us false hope. Nothing seems to be clearly improving about this team. Nothing clearly seems to be improving. Even at our best, we don't play the most convincing football. Something is not right with us. False Hope United. We are False Hope FC. Even against the weak opponents, we are blunt. There is nothing to do. They haven't created. Fulham has still created more threatening chances than us. The 50-50 possession for me looks cheated. I don't think we are 50-50. I think Fulham has slightly edged us. Players are not clinical. Without Hoyland, you clearly see how much we miss him. We clearly see that we've dropped back, way back. Our levels have dropped back. That's why we need in the summer to buy a proper backup for him. It can't be us pretending to have a false nine and all. Happy Chaniga Casemiro seems not to be effective at the middle. Yes, Casemiro could also come off for Scott. I mean, but you see, you look at the goals, it doesn't feel right. Happy. I don't think you're happy. I don't think you're happy about our performance at all. It's honestly, it was almost getting me dozing at some point. I was about to end this watch along because I felt like dozing. So boring a game. Such a boring game. I hate to do boring games. I hate boring games. I hate boring games. This is a watch along. You should be energetic and enjoying. I'm not enjoying myself one bit. It's like I'm being punished. I'm honestly, it's a pain watching this game. There is nothing. There is no hope. There is no hope, honestly. I predicted 3-1. I don't see where the 3 goals are coming from. I hope they do, but I pity for the guys at Old Trafford who have endured the cold to come and just watch such a boring performance. No one is effective. Garnacho makes wrong decisions. He makes weak final balls. He's predictable with his shots. Man United. Eric Ten Hag won't survive. This game has even got me hungry. Let me eat some bread. We are back for the second half. Let's see if there are any changes. Drizzling at Old Trafford. Seems there are no changes made. Forson is still on. Go for the second stanza. Play is back on. Someone is down. Who is this? Isn't Ten Hag's bald head freezing, really? How is he going to come up with solutions when he's exposing his head like that? Foul on Casemiro. No, not that serious. Goal kick. Varane is limping, and you know what that means. Good ball from Onana. The game is becoming too physical. The game is becoming too physical. The game is becoming a little physical. Seems to be a serious fall here. Kambwala and Collier are just enjoying themselves. They won't care about the performance so far. At least they are there on the bench. Scott McTominay, super sub, is warming up. Super sub. The super sub is warming up. Super Scott coming on to save us. Our savior. That was a bad knock. Seems to have been a bad knock from. And you know, concussion rules are clear. It's bad. Casemiro is off. X2 is warming. Super sub. Casemiro and Forson are off. Like I said, Eriksen and his creativity. Changes I could have predicted. Yes, block there from Diogo. All red shirts are behind the ball. Over the bar. Wow. Offside. Okay. Let's see how Scott tries to reorganize us. Offside. Clear offside. Eriksen brings some bit of creativity, which we've been lacking, really. The thing I like about Eriksen is when he has a good game, he can really change things. He changes the way we create opportunities. He's a smart player. We're just not never sure of which Eriksen you're getting now. This is a bad situation. It's 4 versus 3, 4-3. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful shield there. Good defending there from. I think that was Harry Maguire who just stood in the way of Pereira. But this was a bad turnover. Dangerous turnover. That was a dangerous turnover. I think Kobe has been pushed to a number 10 now. I think as Eriksen and Scott are the ones staying behind a little. Kobe has been made more advanced. I don't see Bruno. Where is Bruno? But we are losing the balls. That turnovers are bad. We are losing the balls so easily in the middle. Corner. Bad turnovers. These are bad turnovers. Pereira takes cleared. Eriksen. Iwobi forces the ball through. Good clearance there. But we're not seeing the ball. Iwobi is doing us bad. I should look up a bit. We can't keep the ball for 2 seconds. Kaiser. Fulham looks hungry. Fulham look hungrier. They want it more than us, clearly. Yeah. Poor ball from Muniz. Marco Silva will be happy with his team. It's taking too long to throw in. Good ball from Varane to Bruno. Throw in United. Off guard. Finally, it was always a matter of time. It was always going to be a matter of time. It was always going to be a matter of time. Guys, are you surprised? Is any of you surprised? I'm not surprised. Clearly, Fulham all throughout the game have looked like they wanted it more. Fulham have wanted it more all throughout the game. No chance. But the reactions from our midfielders. Fulham have been wanting it more all throughout the game. I'm not surprised at all. Wow. Wow. How do we come back from this one? Fulham have wanted it more all throughout the game. Wow. 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 They want to add us more. Second half, they have had 6 attempts. We've had none. Wow. Corner. Wow, 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 wow. Like Fulham clearly want the game more than United. They are hungrier than United. What's Bruno doing with these corners? These short corners are not making sense at all. Wow. $20 to go, and we don't look like there is a chance for a goal. Eric Ten Hag has frozen on the bench, on the touchline.